How's it going, guys? Welcome back to today's video. So I need to address a few things, don't I? What's going on with the car? Well, first of all, it went for MOT on the Tuesday morning and it failed. I didn't think it was that bad, to be honest with you. It failed on the drop link, and which obviously I've posted a video previous on how to change, so that was one of the things that it had failed on. And the other thing was an inner CV boot, so just the rubber piece, the boot itself, not the CV joint. The joint was fine. So I've attempted to try and sort it out myself, which is what this channel was started for, you know. But I am struggling, I really am. I'll take you down to the car and I'll show you where we've got to. But my life, it's me personally, I've never changed a shaft before, so it's difficult in itself for me to know what the hell I'm doing because I don't. But yeah, we've got some things to sort out with that. The other thing is we went to Wayside on the Tuesday after the MOT, and they did a health check on the car for me, did a smoke test, not boost test. That's what the smoke test was. They did a compression test. That's what they did, and everything was all okay. But they put the boroscope down on top of one of the pistons, and cylinder 2 has got a little bit of damage. And I think they'd done that, then did the compression test. And because the compression test came back okay, we should be all right. But I don't know how long that's going to last for. Anybody watching this ever had, you know, a small bit of damage on a piston and been okay, or have known about it? Or is it a case of it's just going to have to be a full-on build because my pockets ain't that deep, and I'm pretty sure it cost quite a bit, you know, a couple of grand maybe. I don't know, haven't looked into it. But anyway, today's video is about trying to change this drive shaft, so I'll show you where we're at. So obviously wheels off. I took the disc off and the caliper just to make life easier for myself. Got obviously the hub nut off, got that off, broke that, got a new one. Got the ball joint out so we could get it all out. Now the shaft, obviously it took a while to get it out of there, to be fair, but the shaft is out on this side. I've just got to try and split it from the other side. Now on the Astras, you've obviously, because the gearbox is on the passenger side, you've got a short shaft, and then you've got this, obviously the bigger shaft. Is that a load of grease dropping out there? Yeah, a load of grease coming out, that's not good. But you see that big blob? Yeah, bit of grease. So obviously we've got to try and split this shaft from there, and then we can try and tackle the CV boot. So I managed to change this out, guys. You just sort of hold it with a spanner there, undo this nut, and then count how many times you wind this out, and then count how many sort of rotations it goes back in, and you just nip it back up with that. If you get it wrong, it's not the end of the world. You can get it looked at by the alignment people. Right guys, quick update. I've had to put some penetrating fluid the other side of the CV joint, just try and help it split from the inner part of it. So whilst we're waiting for that to penetrate, Nevlock sell these replacement bolts. Try and tidy these up. So I'm going to take one of these out, replace it with one of these, and I'll report back when it's done. There we have it, guys, all changed over, so that looks a little bit better now and a little bit cleaner and fresher. Obviously bagged up my old bolts. I always keep my old bolts, I don't know why, you never know when you might need them. They were just 5mm hex keys, by the way, and I will leave a link in the description for those as well. So let's try and get back to this drive shaft. There we have, guys, drive shaft is out. So there, obviously you can see it's got if it'll focus, a spline drive on it, and obviously that one which just come out of just literally sleeves over the top, so it's kind of like the bit that you'll see obviously on there just goes and sits inside there. Bit of penetrating fluid, bit of brute force, and it's out. So now we've got to try and get this apart to change this boot. First things first, obviously this clip's going to have to come off, and this clip's going to come off just so that we can get this old boot out, and then we'll be able to see the inner workings of the CV joint. Disconnect it so that we can obviously slide the new boot over this way and then rejoin it back up and get it all back unsecure. Hopefully this won't take as long as it has to get off. Okay, so what I've managed to do is obviously get the cup off there. Now you probably know, but that little groove there, in there sits a little C-clip. I can't think of the name of what it is now, but it's just in there. And basically I'll put some arrows on the screen now, and that's basically where you need to pry it apart to be able to get it over the shaft. So I'm going to put the new boot on there now, put it all the way down, reattach that back onto there, fill it with grease, and then we can seal it all up with the clips. So there we have it, that is in, and you can see that little clip in its place. It's not coming out now, so now we've just got a packet full of grease, which is there, that's shaft tech stuff in the white packet. Pack that all into there, and we can do the clips up, and then we can hopefully refit this bad boy. There we have, guys, everything is pretty much back in. The only thing I've got left to do is the hub nut. Now, because you can't really do that whilst the wheel's off, because it'll just turn. Little tip, put 1 or 2 lug nuts in. Lug nuts, what am I, American? Put some wheel bolts in, get like a long pry bar. Here's one I found on site. Put that in there like that, and then when you get your ratchet and you try and do it up, it's not going to go anywhere because obviously that's stopping it. So put that back on now, and then we're all good. Right, there we have it, that is all back together. Now I'm pretty sure I've got everything done up on there. So here's just a little brief overlook of the tools that I've used. I ain't used nothing, you know, you won't have in your own garage, so just goes to show you can do stuff yourself. So the last thing that we've got to do is to fit some of these LED rear number plate bulbs. I didn't want to have to fit them. I was going to throw it into a different video that I've got planned, but as it was a minor on the MOT, because one stopped working, I don't know why, but on the day it didn't work, so I'll get them changed over so they're all pucker, and then hopefully we will have a clean slate of an MOT. Fingers crossed. I'm on the way up there as soon as I've put these in. There we have it, guys, that is the new lights installed. Hopefully be nice and bright in the dark now. So let's get the boot shut, car started, and up to the MOT station. Moment of truth, let's pull the car out and hope nothing snaps, breaks or falls off. We're all good, let's go MOT. Right, guys, we've just come out of the MOT and we've passed, so I'm absolutely over the moon with that. All the hard work that I've put in the last couple of days, because it has taken me probably the best part of 3 days, not full days, you know, a couple of hours here and there, but it's taken me a good, you know, couple of days to get this sorted. So I'm chuffed to bits that it's done and dusted. So full clean bill of health, thank you very much. I will leave a link in the description for the bolts that I used on the rocker cover and the lights for the rear number plate. That'll be in the video description. I'll also leave my Instagram handle in the video description. And if you want some stickers, let me know. Contact me on Instagram and let me know, because I have got a limited number of white. I think I've got 8 left. Have I got 8 left? Yeah, I think I've got 8 left in white. If you want any other colours, let me know, because I can get hold of more. I just didn't want to get a load in if no one was going to want them, because I have no idea if you guys are going to want them or not. But I'll put a little picture up so you can see what they look like if you haven't already. And again, if you want one, just let me know. One thing I did forget to mention earlier was when we went to Wayside, one of the other things that they found was the car is actually remapped. But unfortunately, because of the fuel crisis that we were going through, I filled up half a tank before I went to Wayside, and I could only use E10, and I know I shouldn't, but unfortunately I'd got nothing in the tank. I didn't want to have to cancel on Chris at Wayside. I didn't have to cancel the session with him, so obviously I stuck I stuck the E10 in, which I shan't be doing again, because for all I know, that's what caused the the damage on the top of the piston. Who knows? But the car made 250 brake. I thought that was good at first, but obviously after speaking to Chris, he said that he would have expected to have seen about 265 with a stage one map, the induction kit, well, crossover delete, shall I say, and the turbo back. So we'll go again once we can get some more better fuel in, and I'll get booked in and we'll try again. But that is a wrap for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And again, I'll leave my handle down below. Let me know if you want any stickers. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. See you next week.